Greetings, I'm Jonathan Spear, and I've got a lot of autocrafting in my future, and welcome to Age of Engineering Supershorts. I'm currently busy crafting up tons of chrome, so that we can start getting into Mekanism, which requires titanium and stainless steel, which takes steel, chrome, and zirconium, one of those new ores we got last episode. I don't know a huge amount about Mekanism, so I plan to go through as much of it as I can in this pack. And any advice you guys have would be very helpful, especially for things like the fusion reactor, or 5x ore processing, osmium dust, osmium blocks. The only way to double zirconium is to throw zirconium ore into an arc furnace. With steel, chrome, and zirconium, I can make stainless steel. After some time. Steel casings. Before we do anything with Mekanism, however, let's make a building. Behold my Mekanism hangar. Into darkness until I turn on the lights. And yes, that sound is totally Direwolf saying. Besides the many wires connecting these powered lanterns, and a bunch of lanterns that I hope to eventually turn into powered lanterns so this whole thing can be turned on and off based on the breaker switch, I also have a bunch of catwalks. I can climb up to these using my scaffolds, or jump up to them using my triple jump. These windmills provide power to my powered lanterns. They also look nice. All of this glass is dark glass. All the lighting actually comes from the lamps on the floor and in the walls. If you have any suggestions for how this place can be improved, I'd love to hear them. Now to be completely wasteful and install a third ME quantum ring for our Mekanism room. Now we can properly autocraft. The first thing we need is power. One heat generator, one enrichment chamber. For now, since we haven't set our infrastructure up, we'll just put these two machines right here. Mekanism generates and requires joules in this pack. Right now, I want a basic energy cube, which needs energy tablets, which need enriched alloys, which needs a metallurgic infuser. So why I got this enrichment chamber is actually beyond me. Let's get a metallurgic infuser instead. We'll open up our side config and set energy to come in from the left. The best way to get powdered cadmium is with a crusher. With all these items craftable, thank you automation, we just need our first enriched alloys. Let's replace this enrichment chamber and set power to feed from the back. Then we can get basic universal cables with stainless steel plates, hook them up and feed coal into this heat generator. With redstone in the enrichment chamber, the metallurgic infuser works by filling up a bar with infusing items. For example, it can be filled with diamond dust or redstone, or obsidian, among other things. One piece of redstone in this metallurgic infuser will fill up our bar by 10, just enough for one recipe. For the same price, however, compressed redstone gets us 80 redstone, so that we can make 8 enriched alloys. If you need to get rid of your redstone, you can press the dump button. At last, energy tablets, and a basic energy cube. Let's produce energy in this quadrant. Eventually, we'll set up our induction cell right here, so we'll start putting our power generation methods over here. Crusher. With redstone and osmium, I can make basic control circuits, which act as replacements for electronic circuits in many recipes. These machines really do make a lot of noise. Let's make a configurator and fill it with joules. Logistical transporters allow us to transfer items, and they are the only item transfer method I will use in this building, hopefully. With the configurator in your hand, shift scroll to change the configuration method. Right click to find out what the side means, and shift right click to change what the side means. We have more saplings than just about anything, and we can crush them in the crusher for biofuel. Let's set an export bus on this crusher, and set it to accept items on the bottom. The heat generator does retain its inventory when you shift right click it with a configurator to break it. One bioreactor, one biogenerator. Let's set up a power loop here. Place our basic logistical transporters, shift right click a couple times to get it to actively pull items, and watch it go. We have here a positive feedback loop fueled by all of our saplings. The fact that we have 1,000 more saplings than we did before we placed this biogenerator is a very good thing. Now that we have rudimentary power, let's set up rudimentary automation. To separate logistical transporters, we can shift right click on the inside of the logistical transporter to change its color. You may also notice that sounds are much quieter. I have changed the config and mod options for sound volume. You can change this on the fly in game, which is really awesome. For convenience and consistency, I'll run each type of cable on its own layer. Let's set up some enrichment chamber recipes first, like compressed redstone. I'm going to need 3 exports for metallurgic infusers, but instead of putting up 3 export buses, I'm going to use logistical sorters instead. I'll set up one 2x2 drawer here locked with an export bus behind it, equipped with an acceleration card, capacity card, and crafting card. With this storage downgrade, I can downgrade this drawer so that it only stores a single stack of whatever's inside it. Let's make a logistical sorter. It will input from the face of the block that you place it on. The most important facility of the logistical sorter is its ability to set unlimited filters. The item stack filter is the most versatile. You place an item you want to filter inside of it, pick a color, I'll choose red, and you're done, sort of. You can turn on size mode, which lets the logistical transporter transport an exact amount of items each time it transports. The min and max filters make this size mode more powerful than even the red power 2 filters. If you press Allow Default, any items that the transporter pulls out that don't have a dark red destination will be sent down the default route. The default route can be set as a color in the main area of the logistical sorter. I have no need for a default, so I'll just press Save. You can edit the filter by clicking it. To use the OR dictionary filter, you put in the key of an object's OR dictionary entry. For example, granite has several OR dictionary entries, which, given no other possibility, you can find using the Mekanism dictionary, which is made like this. Material is less obvious, mostly because it's not information that's input anywhere except the Minecraft code. Basically, however, oak wood stairs, oak wood slabs, and other things that use oak wood have a material of oak wood. So if I put, for example, oak wood fences in here, you would get everything that has the material oak wood. Finally, the mod ID filter. The ID of an object is that first grayed out line that says Minecraft cobblestone. What comes before the colon is the mod ID, and you can type it in here to save it. Besides having unlimited filters, you can also click Round Robin to set the logistical sorter to cycle through available destinations, click Auto Eject to make the logistical sorter send items that don't have filters down the default route, and set the redstone mode to pulse, which makes the logistical transporter send one item or set of items at a time, and therefore fills out all of the responsibilities of the RP2 filter. Which is actually really amazing to me because I've been looking for a block like this for a long time, and it was right under my nose. Now that this transporter is set to red, I can set this side of the metallurgic infuser to infuse, and the logistical sorter will start sending items. This other logistical sorter will pull out the input items into the metallurgic infusers. Finally, logistical transporters will pull out of the metallurgic infuser back into the interface. Now I can set up a simple recipe for osmium to basic control circuits. Remember, I do have to set up a filter. Notice you can change the priority of filters as well. Now I can set up recipes for energy upgrades and speed upgrades. I'm not going to use muffling upgrades because I really like the sound of these machines when they're quiet. To install an upgrade, open up the Disable Upgrades section, where it will show you which upgrades are supported by cycling through them, and place the energy upgrade inside the slot. Once they're all in, you can press this down button to pull them out. If you have all 8 speed upgrades and all 8 energy upgrades, you will use 500 joules per tick. For a good balance, I suggest using only 4 speed upgrades and 8 energy upgrades. Unfortunately, even though this biogenerator setup is infinitely expandable, it is not infinitely sustainable. So in the next episode, we're going to have to change our generators to something more efficient. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. Next episode, we'll set up better generators. As always, if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. I hope you enjoyed!